Hi, I'm Gail Kulp with the CETO Foundation, and I'm excited to be here today with Abbey Heimensen from MarineMax. MarineMax was one of the winners of our 2020 National Boating Industry Safety Awards in the large marina retailer category. So we're really excited to have them here today. And because the presentation had to be virtual at Dealers Week, we wanted to sit down with Abbey and get a chance to talk with her a little bit more about the award-winning presentation. Welcome, Abbey.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm really pleased and proud to be here today.
Thanks so much. So can you tell me a little bit more about your award-winning program at MarineMax?
Well, we're really excited to be part of boating safety, and we're always happy to be a partner with the CETO Foundation in keeping all of our customers and our boaters out on the water safe and having a great time. That's part of it, right? Is you have to have safety in order to have a really wonderful day on the water is the way we look at it. So our program started with educating our customers, and then we realized that we wanted to educate all boaters. So at MarineMax, we're very proud that not only do we have our classes for people that have purchased their boats and yachts from us, but we also offer our educational classes to anybody that's interested in boating. So we started out with our Women on Water classes, we expanded to our Kids in Boating classes, our Intro to Boating, Advanced Boating, and so on. And that's where we started to really get people excited about using their boats in a safe way so they can have wonderful times with their family and friends.
That's fantastic. And being able to have people that just aren't your customers, but just the regular boating public come in is a really great benefit.
It really is. We really wanted to make sure that everybody had access to good education. You may have done a driveway to driveway transaction. You may have found a friend that you purchased a boat from, but maybe you're just not as confident as you thought you were going to be. We just want to make sure that everybody has access to safe boating tips and has good education out there. And when you're ready, you may be able to move on to something else for your boating lifestyle. And of course, we're here to help you with that too.
Perfect. So how did you hear about the National Boating Industry Safety Awards?
Well, of course, we love to partner with CETO and the CETO Foundation because we believe that right then and there is a great opportunity for our consumers to feel safe and confident when they're out on the water. Hopefully they never have to use their CETO membership, but things do happen and they may have to call that phone number and have that little yellow sticker in their boat, which makes them feel good and safe. And so we really wanted to partner with a foundation that we know does wonderful things and make sure that our boaters are safe out there. And we felt that what we had to offer, we wanted to share that with others, what our classes were and what our education was and how we're doing that. And that's why we thought, you know what, we're going to nominate and submit our award and see what we can do.
That was great. And we were really happy to have your award application as well. So can you tell us a little bit more about MarineMax's focus and interest in promoting boating safety and why you created the programs that you did?
Of course, of course. Well, as we mentioned in the beginning, a lot of it's because we understand that boating takes a lot of time, and we want to make sure that when you're out on the water, you're feeling safe and confident, and you don't feel like you don't know what you're doing. So that was one of our first things, is that when people get out of boating, sometimes it's because they don't have enough time, or when they get out of boating, it's because they just didn't feel safe about what they were doing, or they didn't have the confidence in it, or they never used their boat, right? And so from the very beginning, our Women on Water class and our Kids in Boating classes were two classes that we felt were really important to get the entire family involved in the boating experience. The Women on Water class is really important because it is a class solely for ladies to take the helm and learn from a licensed captain or a educator in our store to make sure that they get the one-on-one time that they need and they build the confidence they need to be out on the water. And there isn't any outside noise or anything like that. It's a day on the water just with your trainer and with other people that are doing the same thing and are at the same level as boating as you. So we felt that was really, really important. And that has been something that we started at MarineMax from day one. That has been since 1998. That was one of the cornerstones of what our then president and CEO, Bill McGill, really believed was super important, was that Women on Water boating education. And then, of course, it evolved into what we have today. Now, one of the things I do like to tell the story of is that not only would you have the intro to boating classes and our women on water classes, but we have advanced classes as well. And that's where our current president and CEO, Brett, really wants us to continue on the tradition of what we're doing in this space, making sure that not only do you know how to use the boat that you have today, but do you know how to use your chart plotters? Do you know how to use all the new technology that our wonderful manufacturers have put on the boat? Frankly, do you know how to hook up your Bluetooth speaker to your boat? Those are things that we cover in our advanced boating classes and in our charting and plotting and technology classes, because boats have come a long way in the last 23 plus years that MarineMax has been around. And so it's not as easy as just starting the outboard and heading out for the day. We want to make sure that they know how to do all the things on their boat and do it safely.
That's fantastic. So really, I mean, it's for entry level all the way up to advanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's really providing something for everyone, including the kids.
Oh, and it's so great to see the kids come into the classes. And, you know, they start at right around 5 or 6 years old, and of course up to 12, 13, 14, depending on what state they're taking the courses in, because a number of our states have different rules about how old you need to be to have a boater safety course and have your certificate. So we're really proud to, the states that we have our MarineMax locations in, we're very proud to work with either our local Coast Guard auxiliary, work with the state boating industry to make sure that whatever courses you take at MarineMax, you're certified then with what you need to be a boater on the water in that area. And I think that's really important. We don't just blanket statement our classes. We make sure that they are tailored for the needs of your current community. And then when you see the little kids come off the boats and they've learned how to tie their bowline knot and they know what to do with their fenders and they know all the titles of all the proper things on the boat, it's wonderful to see, because they've learned and they're empowered to be boaters at such a young age that they know that they can do it. And they're part of the family. They're part of the experience on the water. They help dad tie up the boat. They help mom get the fenders out or get the lines out. It's really great to see them be part of the process and know that they're helping and participating.
Definitely. And they're the next generation of boaters. So if we can get them excited and interested in boating early and know how to do it safely, then we're going to have generations and generations of boaters. So that's fantastic.
It's so true. And it becomes second nature. The younger they are, right? It's like learning a second language. They're little sponges. So it's second nature for them that they don't even think twice about all the things that we maybe had to learn at age whatever. They've been doing it their whole lives. So that's why that's a really near and dear to our hearts here at MarineMax, is getting those young boaters in and getting the water gene all fired up for them.
Definitely. So can you tell me about any quantifiable outcomes or results that MarineMax has with all of the efforts that you've been doing?
Well, I will tell you all of the efforts that we really have been doing. It's the fact that our classes continue to be full and that we actually are adding more classes every year. Now, due to the last year that we have had, one of the quantifiable things that we found is that people were willing to take our courses online, and that we were filling up Zoom courses more quickly than we ever thought we would. And what was really great about that is that people from all over the country could take a Zoom course and not have to try and get to a store or a location in person. So we had people that were joining courses that we were giving in Charleston, South Carolina, but they were joining from Huntington, New York.
Wow.
So it was really exciting to see people coming from all over, because they still wanted to learn, they still wanted to educate themselves. And it was a way they could do it in the safety of their own homes or the safety of their patio, wherever they may be. We had a couple ladies that joined our Women on Water class with their laptops in their boat. They weren't running the boat, but they were with their laptop in their boat, and they were looking at stuff on their boat, so they knew exactly what the captain was talking about as they were taking the course. So that was really great.
That's fantastic.
And then it really was fantastic. And then I will tell you, for us, seeing the views on our YouTube channel is really, really a great quantifiable place for us, because we can see that what tips and tricks our customers are looking for, what are the videos that they watch more, and then we can work with that to give you more information as the consumer of, wow, everybody really likes that video about tying knots. Let's do another segment about tying knots. Or Captain Keith, who everybody here probably knows, Captain Keith out of our Clearwater location. He's also part of the CETO Foundation and our panel there. And he is one of his most popular ones is reading channel markers. And
Yes.
For those of you that are on waters that have channel markers, that can get confusing, even though we know it's red right return and all of that. It still can be somewhat confusing. And so that's one of our most watched videos. And so he continues to hone that and get more details about the right way to read those. And that's what's quantifiable to us, is the people really taking in the videos and our social media content and making sure that they're actually enjoying it and learning from it.
Yes, and all of those Facebook Live events that Captain Keith puts on have
Yes.
really taken off too. I know that he's interviewed us with the CETO Foundation and CETO as well a couple times, but just being able to have the moment where somebody can type in a question and
Yes.
it's that spur of the moment, hey, I was just out on my boat and I don't know what this button does. Can you tell me? Or
Exactly.
what does it mean when I trim tab? What is a trim tab? I don't know what that is. And he can answer it on the fly and know exactly what he's talking about. So super knowledgeable.
Great. It's great. And having Captain Keith and Captain Nick do their Boating Tips Live each week, they never make you feel like you are asking a silly question, right? They will always relate it to something that they've learned, something that they went through. You know, they're both seasoned boaters, but they never make you feel like you're not a good enough boater to be asking the right questions. And they always make you feel confident, because that is, if you don't ask the question, then you'll never learn. And that's what's so important about it.
Definitely. So what does winning the National Boating Industry Safety Award mean for MarineMax?
Oh, it's a feather in our cap. We are so proud and honored. So again, thank you to the CETO Foundation and everyone that voted for us, because we just think it is such an important piece to the boating lifestyle, is to be able to be out there safely on your boat with family and friends. And we are just honored that the group felt that our classes and what we do are, earning of the award, because we take it very, very seriously. And we believe that great education will keep people on the water for years to come. And we also believe that it avoids a lot of accidents.
Definitely.
And yeah, so for us, I mean, it just made us feel wonderful that we were recognized for something that we would do no matter what. And we believe is the cornerstone of being a boating industry leader, is that if our customers aren't educated, if they're not happy, or if they're not, understanding of what's on the water out there and what they can avoid, then we've not done our job. And so for us, this was just a wonderful reminder that we're doing the right thing for our customers.
And you definitely are. Boating safety doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to scare away anyone. It can be fun. Boating safety can be safe and fun. And that makes it for a great day on the water. We
agree. And, we're always proud to be part of Boating Safety Week as well. And so that's where we get the opportunity to talk to our customers, see what they're doing out there, encourage them to participate. We love that. So there's just so many ways that we can make it fun. And like you said that really, really well, Gail, is that it doesn't have to be scary. It's just knowing your waterways and being educated and having a good time. Definitely.
So do you have any plans within the company to market and promote the award?
Oh, absolutely. If you'll be watching our emails, you'll be watching our social media, and of course, Boating Tips Live on Mondays with Captain Keith and Captain Nick, and our From the Helm segments that we do on Thursdays, you'll be seeing a lot about the National Boating Industry Safety Award, and we are so proud. And we've already done some photo shoots with Captain Keith and the award. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that coming really soon. We're so proud of it. And we're really proud of Captain Keith for being part of the boating industry safety group and helping lead that forward as part of that panel, because it's so important for us all to be doing it as an industry as a whole, and not just one-offs as, a manufacturer here or a dealer there. Doing it together and being a united front is really what was so empowering and powerful. And we were so proud that Keith got to be part of that. Yes, he's a fantastic member of our North American Sober Skipper Advisory Council. So we're really excited to have him as part of that group. And his knowledge and experience has been really beneficial to everyone. And being able to talk about boating safety from the industry side of things is our goal. So we want to say that boating safety can be talked about within the for-profit boating industry without it being a problem. Right, 100%.
So are there any new things coming about for MarineMax in 2021 that you wanted to share?
Well, you're going to be seeing a lot more of our boater education because during 2020, we got a lot of new boaters into our wonderful industry, into our
Definitely.
fantastic lifestyle. Yeah. So what we're really going to focus on this year is making sure that the people that are new to our boating industry and to the new boating lifestyle have access to all of the wonderful experiences that we just talked about. And if they aren't able to come into one of our locations, they're able to join online, and making sure we're going to add more classes. So our classes are already usually pretty full. We're going to add more classes so more people can enjoy those. And then we're going to look at working with our manufacturers. The boating profile and portfolio that we have, a lot of our fantastic manufacturers have added new models this year. And as we were talking about a little bit ago, those have wonderful new technology on them. So we're going to partner with our manufacturers to make sure our consumers know how to use all the technology on their boats, so they're confident when they get out there that they are getting the best experience from their new boat that they've taken delivery of with us.
That is fantastic. Well, thank you again to Abby from MarineMax for taking the time to talk with me today. You can check them out at marinemax.com, and I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you, Gail, and thanks again for the award. We're so honored to be part of this, and we really appreciate everything that CETO does for us and for our customers.
Thanks so much.